Welcome, Madam Sheila Abayie-Buckman, to Election Eve here on your election headquarters. You'd have to unmute yourself.
Perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. We can hear you now.
So, the studio and everyone else.
Thank you very much. So what's happening tonight? The president has a charge for your security agencies, for instance, to protect the sanctity of the ballot. Before we get into that, tell us what's happening tonight.
Morale amongst the men and women of the security services is high. We are ready. Deployments have been done. We have taken posts. We have visited our polling stations across the country. Some people have been met with the presiding officers. Tomorrow morning, we will escort the materials. Election day will be peaceful. We will do our job fairly and firmly.
Morale may be high, but what's the charge to these men and women who've been deployed?
They have been briefed. They have been trained. We have gone through several. We are ready.
Looks like Sheila's network is as worn out as she is, very, very tired. We'll get back to Sheila Abayie-Buckman to get more from this. Of course, ahead of our security desk, Gifty Andopia was there this week when that main deployment was done. Last week, I should say. It's Sunday already. Okay, so she was on the ground at the Independence Square where that deployment was done. She'll bring us that report shortly. We'll also engage her to find out from her what exactly her interaction with these men and women have been. But Sheila is back with that. Sheila, we'll try again. So I was asking about the charge that you've given to these men and women as they head out there to manage the polls tomorrow.
It's simple. We just have to give the necessary protection and security to lives and properties, to the electioneering process, to protect the ballot, so that at the end of the process, the sanctity and the integrity of the electoral process will be upheld. Everyone will be safe. All properties will be protected. Ghana will be intact and more peaceful.
Well, the issues about intimidation is one of the key things. So at a polling station, for instance, the EC tells us we have 38,622 polling stations for this year's election. If I go to a polling station, for instance, how many policemen will I see?
We planned with about 40,000 officers. In fact, at the time, we even had 33,000, but because we work closely with the Electoral Commission, the numbers we worked with for polling station was 40,000. So you should expect at least one security officer at every polling station. But like we have already said, we will have patrol ongoing. We will have rapid response teams, and then we will have standby forces to come in should there be the need for that. But there will be at least one security personnel, and that officer can be an officer of the police service, an officer of the prison service, an officer of the fire service, an officer of the immigration service, or an officer of the customs division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, with police officers and military officers patrolling.
Well, issues about intimidation, like I was saying, how are we hoping to address that to ensure that no officer on the ground among these 40,000 that you've deployed will intimidate any voter?
We are there for the safety of the people. We are there to give confidence to voters and officials and everyone who is participating in the elections to be assured that the eye of the security services are here. So we are there just to give you confidence and assurance of security, not to intimidate. After all, we have had several experiences and encounters with humanitarian assignments, particularly this year when COVID occurred. But beyond that, this is the 8th election we are going into. These security services, we have worked together. We have provided security for elections. So people should be assured that it's not about intimidation. It's about making you feel confident and safe that there is a security officer here who, should anything happen, will call for reinforcement for my safety.
We're also concerned about your men, even though you're also concerned about us. Well, in the event of any chaos, for instance, these men that are being deployed to the various polling stations, are they well equipped?
Yes, they are. That we have been trained, we have been psyched up, we have been adequately briefed. We have paid visits to the polling stations where we will give the necessary protection on election day. So we know our way about at the polling stations. That is why there are also reinforcement teams to come and support, should there be the need to, which we're hoping that with the good people of Ghana and the engagements we have had, the one-on-one and the group meetings we have had, nobody would create anything untoward. But they are adequately and sufficiently equipped to protect themselves, to protect everyone who will be at the station, to protect properties and installations, and to protect the process.
Okay, well, so you've been giving us the assurance as a public, but of course, I'm sure the police is also expecting something of us as voters and electorates that goes to the poll tomorrow. What do you expect from us? I'm sure we're all listening to you.
We're expecting everyone to be law-abiding, particularly on election day. When you receive any information on your phone, almost everybody has one phone in this country. When you look at the statistics for social media interaction in Ghana, and we know that we are on social media, we are on WhatsApp. When you receive any information, be it text, be it picture, be it audio or video, please be sure that it is information you verify or you can testify to before you forward or share with others, so that we do not spread fake news, so that we do not misinform, so that we do not allow fake news to take this country into doldrums. Now, tomorrow morning when you wake up, you get your voter's ID, you wear your mask, make sure you wear colors that do not have political party colors, as in do not wear any clothing that depicts a political party. Go to the polling station, join the queue, follow the necessary protocols you'll be asked to follow. It's your turn to vote, you vote, you leave the place. Voting, counting time, if you want to come back to join in the counting, you come there, you stay at the places that the officials will ask you to do. If you suspect that there is anything that you need to bring attention to as security officers, we have given you several channels. We have given you a WhatsApp line, we have given you toll-free numbers, we have given you landline numbers. The localities have given numbers that go into the local security service command centers. We have even given you Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts where you can use security services to respond to situations. Intel is on the ground, so people should be assured. Just do your bit. This is all that you have to do. No discussion of politics. If you have to jubilate, should your candidate win, please be civil and moderate. Do it in moderation, knowing that not everybody's candidates won, so that at the end of the day, we shall together build the country.
Okay, but just for a quick clarification, I know you really have to leave us, but this joint forces that we talked about, the police, immigration, prison officers, they make up the 40,000. Just for clarification, do we have the military as part of this deployment as well?
The military deployment is for patrolling, is for rapid response, is for standby force, such that should there be the need for them to come to a polling station, then they would come there. But the military is part of the task force. Together, we are deploying over 60,000 security personnel just for the election day.
Okay, so we won't find military men at the polling stations.
The officers that will be stationed at the polling station to do the work will not include military men. But should there be the need for them to come in to restore something or to come and effect arrest, then they would come in with the police. But ordinarily, the officers that have been assigned to the polling stations do not include military men.
Okay. Madam Sheila Abayie-Buckman, we are grateful. That's Director Public Affairs of the Ghana Police Service. As and when we'll have to join you, we'll definitely come back to you. We wish you all the best. That's Sheila there giving us updates on where we are in terms of security. So that's the situation now, 60,000.